Hello, guitar nerds. I've got a super messy bench. I've been working on a bunch of guitars, blasted through a bunch of them. I'm like, maybe now I'll take the time to turn the camera on. This one's a basic setup. So, yeah, we're just going to go through a basic setup and the stuff that I check when doing guitars. So, let's check what the slip says today. Restring, setup, intonation. I mean, intonation is part of a setup. That's what they wrote. Got some strings. And yeah, so I'll just take all these strings off. Let's start this. I might do some cuts because I don't like having these videos too long. But then again, all that adds time to the process, which is what I try to avoid, but whatever. I mean, as a prime example, right now, I'm going to take the rest of these strings off and get back to it. All right, just taking off strings here, and I usually unwind them, clip them, and get the ball ends out. So, got some balls stuck in the trem, which happens a lot. And this is usually what I do. So I find an Allen key that is small enough to just get into that hole, and I push it down. And that's pretty much it. Kind of as simple as it gets, but effective. So I'll keep taking the strings off, and I just thought I would throw that tip in. All right, strings are off. I'm going to get a fresh piece of, well, not necessarily a fresh piece, but I'm going to find a piece of Gorgamite and hit up these frets and see. Sorry, had to walk away for a sec. Just see how Gorgamite does on its own. See, that's nice. Cleans it all up, polishes it a little bit. So I'll do a pass of that across the whole neck. Doesn't look very dry, the fretboard. Sometimes they come in super dry. I don't necessarily oil them all the time. Some people oil their fretboards with every string change, and then they change strings every whatever week or so. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think you need to oil every time, just when it's getting actually dry. It does help clean it. Depends what you're using too. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go down and clean this fretboard. Even the Gorgamite, I use it to clean up the fretboard. Works really well. Just put a little bit of elbow grease in it. Do the frets. But yeah, I'll give this a quick cleaning, like so. And we'll get back to basically just putting new strings on and take it from there for the actual setup. All right, guys, I'm going to grab a fresh little piece of Gorgamite. So I figured I would take the opportunity to show you what I'm talking about here. I feel like not that many people know about this stuff. It's kind of like a standard in the touring guitar tech world, but I feel like just the average player and even repair guy most of the time, the ones I talk to don't know what I'm talking about. It's basically just like a little cloth, like a tough disposable cloth that has like polisher and conditioner, like, I don't know, it's conditioned with something, but it's really good. I cut off little squares and like they last for a long time. This stuff is really expensive and it's hard to find. But yeah, maybe if more people know about it and more people are buying it, there'll be more of a demand for it. Maybe it'll be more available, hopefully. Anyways, I was gonna find scissors and cut a little piece, but I'm just wasting time here. So that's Gorgamite. All right, I figured I would bring you in for a little close up. So let's take this between these two frets here. Let's take this piece of fretboard. I'm sure you can see how gunky. There's a bunch of crap in there. So, is this one? Or this one looks worse. Let's do this one. Wait, where am I? Oh my god. I can't aim and use my hands at the same time. I don't know where the hell I am. So I'm just going to do this damn fret right here. Maybe I'll put this back. Keep my finger on the fret so I know which one I'm doing. Maybe we'll go zoom. So, let's give it a bit of elbow grease. Rub it down with the Gorgamite. I like to get tight up against the fret. And that's it. I mean, clean the fretboard pretty damn well. Then you do the frets. These frets aren't that bad, but sometimes you see it clean frets and you're like, wow, that is quick and awesome. Even right there, like, I don't know how much of it's really showing on camera. But, oops. And like, that was a fresh piece. Look how black it is. Stuff rules. Gorgamite. Yeah, really, maybe it's the angle, but something about that is not showing how much better it is. And I wish it did. Anyways, whatever. All right, so gave everything a good rub down. This little piece was completely fresh and white when I started this fretboard. So I don't know if, I don't think it's really showing up the difference that just made, but it's kind of bad lighting in here. That's why I carry this little spotlight I put on stuff to see what's going on. So fretboard and frets are nice and clean. Anything else that I need to do before I put strings on? Not really. Let's just do it up. Kind of like dust off the old headstock with my fingers. Dust off between the pickups and pickup and bridge. Just get that a little cleaner. And yeah, you can throw some shade in the comments about me just rubbing my fingers on the guitar with the oils and the matte finish or whatever, whichever you decide to use as your hate. You like whatever works. I kind of want to hear about it. Sorry, took a sip out of a weird container. Probably sounded disgusting. Mouth noises on camera. Okay. Again, just wasting time, dilly-dallying. Gonna put some strings on. I mean, whatever, I'll just show you. I realize this channel's not being watched by like super advanced guitar repair guys. So it might be worth it for some of you to just show you how I put on a string. I get a lot of guitars that come in where the strings are very poorly installed. So, you know, and like, that's fine. No judgment. I love cars, but I suck. Like, you know, like I'm no mechanic. But yeah, I equate it to the same thing. You don't have to know everything about the workings of your guitar just to play. No shame. Don't feel bad. That's not what this is about. So, bam. Put the string through. A lot of people have their own systems as far as how much, maybe I shouldn't have zoomed in, about like how much slack to give. Like some people count posts, whatever. I've found over the years that I use my hand, and like obviously it's not going to be the same exact system unless your hands like, well, no, like, this could work for most people. Stick my hand at the 12th fret, standing up vertically with my thumb pointing up at a 45 degree. And I make it taut to the tuner. And that's how much slack I ate. I know, weirdest. Oh, I'm distracted. I usually put it in the post first, but I didn't. So I'll show you again, whatever. I kept where it is, but 12th fret standing up, 45 degree angle thumb. That's how much slack I use. Weirdest system, I'm sure. But for some reason, over the years, that's just what I've adapted as a quick... I don't know. It's just what I do. I didn't even talk about the winding. Damn it! Stand by. It's super simple. A lot of times I'll leave the strings with the slack in case I need to take the strings off again. Like I don't clip them right away. But lately I've just been like, whatever, I never have to take them off. And it's manageable anyways if you have to put them back on. Anyways, next string. Sorry guys. Super distracted and... Well, my videos are never good anyways, as far as the commentary, and I've already tightened these. That's a thing I always do. This is one of the things of not having the camera rolling all the time. Oh, I already changed the bit for the output jack. But yeah, I'll always tighten these bad boys before. I didn't. I did it on the last guitar. That's unfortunate. Hope this guy's not loose. In this case, you can grab a little spanner tool. Make sure that's snug. Yeah, that's good. So, what else? Where are we going here? Yeah, that's right. I'm showing you what I do at the peg, which is basically nothing. None of these fancy knots, none of these whatever. So I have my slack. I basically get it one wind in the direction it needs to go on top of the string coming out of the post. And the rest of the winds go under the string coming out of the post. So that, and I actually always like tuck down that first wind. So the string kind of gets pinched. The string coming out of the post kind of gets pinched. And usually only a couple winds under the string that's coming out of the post. Oh my God. Am I explaining this well at all? What if I do this? You guys seeing that? See what's going on there? Let's see if I unwind this so you can see. This is basically what's going on there. One string on top, the rest on the bottom. And that's it. I'll often like push the top one down, push the bottom ones up, because it's going to happen anyway. So you're at least just kind of like getting there quicker. Wow, buddy's truss rod cover screws are popping out and almost touching the string. It's no good. Anyways, so yeah, that's how I put strings on. Exciting. I know. I'm going to finish the rest and bring you back. All right, guitar homies, also known as guitomies. That was done. Got this messy ass bench here. Holy Moses, man. So guitars are on. I always tune up to pitch. Have to stretch out these strings, but I want to see where stuff is sitting. Just as is kind of thing. No adjustments have been done. So I always go down the neck. I always check the neck first. Also, just super side note, that's the same thing when I'm checking out used guitars. I pop the truss rod cover off and make sure the truss rod works. Back it off first, then tighten it. I always back off first just because it's safer. If it's at the very max of its tighten spectrum, and you're trying to tighten it, like, it could be trouble. That could be the 1/4 turn that breaks the truss rod if it's at its max and old and shitty. So, all to say, always back off the truss rod first on an unknown guitar. So, checking the neck. Neck looks pretty straight. Well, that's random because I have notched straight edges right there. But I just did the old school fret the first fret, fret the last fret, and check the clearance. You're using your string as a straight edge. I often would do that on like both sides. So yeah, pretty straight, but let's get this bass straight edge out here and find our guitar straight edge. This is going to be Fender scale length, 25.5, I should say. So yeah, neck is super flat. I wonder if there's a way to show you this without ruining life. Okay, what if I just do this? So we're checking the straightness of the fretboard, eliminating the frets. So you see there's like barely any space between the fretboard and this notched straight edge. So that means it's super flat. Okay, now I'll actually take a good look now that the camera's... Yeah, that's like... dead flat. Which, if the frets allow you to do that, it's great. Depends on playing style too. Some players who are way more aggressive, heavy-handed, might not get away with it. This guitar that's bouncing off of this... I need to change something up here because anytime I move, I have this lamp that's like touching one of my guitars and it's just bouncing off it, and it's annoying as hell. With a super straight neck, you always check your open strings like kind of hard. Again, depends on the player. I would totally live with this. Might be too buzzy for some people. I think I'm going to give it just the tiniest bit of relief. Just get it a little bit of a bow to it. Front bow. So, nah, I'll just keep rolling. Screw it. You guys can watch me undo a couple screws. It's not. But you know, over the course of like a video, that stuff all adds up. See, terrible practice here. I'm just tossing the string off to the side without taking tension off. That's not great. You can, like break your nut slot. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't show the best practices all the time, to be honest. But at least I keep it real, if that's worth anything. Okay, I bet you this is the size I need. Look how dirty my hands are from cleaning that fretboard. So here, I actually will slack this off. I don't want to notch those strings, those fresh new strings. Get little kinks in them from the Allen wrench. So, I'll want to go the other way. Little loosening. Oh, she's easy peasy. Sometimes used to working on old shittier guitars. This has a nice truss rod. Some of those old ones can be sketchy. So I will tune it back up to pitch and check the relief. Oftentimes, I don't know if you noticed there, I swapped my block so it's supporting under the body. It's not bending the neck up at all. I'll do that a lot, just to, I don't know, minor detail. Keeps the neck in more of a natural state. It's probably what I should be finishing that sentence with. Woo! That will change right there. All that buzzing you hear, because it's lying down, it's a little worse. Sometimes it's the other way. That's wild. It sounds worse now that I loosened it. Let me go from this end, make sure I definitely loosened it. Maybe I was just playing harder. Again, cutting corners. Didn't loosen that off to just kind of move the strings out of the way. It worked though. It worked out. So a retune. Yeah. It's much more acceptable for the general public. Oh, sorry guys, I just knocked you there. And I'll always just check with my notch straight edge just to kind of see like how much movement we've made. And I will show you. I'm not sure if you can really tell there, but damn, yeah. There you go. I don't know if you can see that, but there's more space between the fretboard and some of these sections of straight edge. Meaning the neck has, I don't know, the neck has more relief in it. I don't know why I'm looking for a bunch of different ways to explain it, but there you go. Less buzzing on the opens and like first fret. And the neck is still pretty straight. So at this point, I will continue the setup. I don't know. Neck's good. I will check nut action sometimes. This one feels fine. It's a little bit high. I'll throw a tuner on there. Oh yeah, these headstocks. Very little space for tuners. Then I'll check the first fret. And like, that's pretty damn good. So that one's like a little sharper than it probably should be. And it's kind of, intonation is a balancing act. Don't get it twisted. You're on the standard guitars that are most commonly available, like without a compensated nut, getting perfect intonation across the whole fretboard is, as far as I think, virtually impossible without, some major improvements. Just getting a run-of-the-mill guitar off the shelf. I'm sure some super high-end stuff, but with a nut like this, just a straight nut, you're not getting perfect intonation over here and over here. At least in my experience, but am I just blocking everything here? Anyways, What am I saying? Where was I at? I'm always retuning to pitch, making sure that we're tuned. So then any change is in context. Oh yeah, we were doing the nut action. See, I'm already like distracted. But I'm already taking so much damn time on this. You got to be mindful of how you're. Oh, that's super sharp to begin with. You got to be mindful of how you're fretting stuff too. If you're, a lot of people kind of end up death gripping because it is a harder area to play. First frets, like if you're doing bar chords or whatever. So a lot of people will bend sharp in those areas compared to how they play the rest of the neck. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good as far as the nut slots. There's much worse floating out there. Yeah, so, I didn't even measure the action. I like how it feels. It feels good, but I always use these little action gauges. I used to never. I just always went by feel. But since I started using this and I now have like numbers as a reference, it's a game changer. Just to be like, I just know when it feels good. But like you put new strings on, you set up and like, oh, they wanted lower action, like a little bit lower action. And you're just going by memory. Like at least now I measure it when it comes in and I measure it when I'm done. And I know for sure, like this gauge is not lying to me. So it's kind of cool. The thing I've incorporated. So now I'm like at 1.25 mil, which is nice low action. Woo, just over 1 mil on the high E, which is really low. That's nice. I'm not a shredder by any means, but I can see how a lot of guys would appreciate this low action. It's going to be very hard to see on camera. But hey, there you go. I gave you the numbers. A lot of people do 64ths of an inch. And for some reason, I just had started using millimeters. And I think 1.5 millimeters is equivalent to like 4/64ths. And I usually, if I'm going for like a just medium run-of-the-mill action, I'm doing like 1.5 on both sides. So yeah, 1 and 1.25 is pretty low. It's pretty nice. So action is good. Neck is straight. I like where it sits when it's tuned to pitch. So do an intonation. Tuner back on. This is a very crucial part where you don't want to have like a neck rest cranking your neck up while you're doing this. Playing position. Now, I wonder if there's a way to... Oh yeah, you can see the tuner in there. I'll give it even more of a little bender. So at a medium, let's just go with... I'm not even using a pick. It depends on everything, kind of. If you want to get super minor detail-y about it. So assuming this person uses a pick, I get a nice accurate E at a medium attack. I don't know, that's how I can explain it. 12th fret, same thing, so it's a little flat. Ooh. What was I saying? How flat is this thing? Worst video ever. So I'll actually stretch this string out first. These are fresh strings. I'll go around just kind of stretching it. Get it back up to pitch. 12th fret. Little flat. So we need to shorten the scale length. So over here, up in this bad boy. Oh, what? You want more? Yeah, it's not great. Where's my smaller Phillips? Oh, it's right in front of my face, as usual. So I'm gonna... Good protocol is to slack this off. Especially when you're... Oh, I'm going the wrong way, you stupid jerk. So I'm shortening the scale length, meaning I'm bringing the saddle towards the nut. So the scale length of that specific string really gets shorter. Causing the note to sharpen. You'll always have to retune. Oh, maybe we'll get you back over here. Oh my God, it's not great. It's not great setup here. Messiest bench ever. All right, so back to E. I feel like I would have been done this guitar already if I wasn't doing this video. I feel like just taking the time to talk and all that. Oh, could go a little bit more, but I mean, shit. It also depends how hard you're pressing. I can make it go where I want but gotta use a realistic attack. Stretch this out a bit more. Yeah, you know what? That's good. Because I'm a light stepper. So if I give it just a bit more gusto, it's there. One's a little sharp. I'm gonna stretch this string. Gotta make sure, you know. Oh my word. See, the string itself is a little bit flat. That's why I gotta keep checking. My string is stretching as I'm doing this, which is really not ideal. Fresh strings. And I didn't give them a proper stretching, which I usually do, but I'm just trying to get to the next steps of this video, I guess. Stretching strings. I fret the first fret. Maybe I can just move the guitar so you can see this. I grab the string, the bottom, and I put my thumb on top. I just go down, I pull up with my fingers, and I push down with my thumb. And that stretches them real nice and quick. So I think I just did all of them. Whew. Well, they got stretched. They dropped considerably in pitch. Okay, where was I? Intonation. So this one was good. Still dropping in pitch. Nice. A lot of times if people are using the same gauge and they've had their guitar set up, you know. Ooh, little sharp on the A. So I'll check my string again while we're while we're doing it for real. See, the initial attack was a little sharp there anyways. Nice solid A. And it's in tune. Stretch this E. Holy Moses. It's kind of reacting weird, to be honest. It's a really slow dip. Solid E. Little buzzy at the 12th, but it's there. I feel like my tuner is wavering more than usual. Man, nines are light. It's like I deal with them on other people's guitars all the time. But sometimes when I play them, I'm like, whoa, these are light strings. So where are we at here? We've got the intonation all done. The note said whammy bar in bag. So I'm assuming they want to use it. Set pretty tight. But it was already flat. It's already good. Sometimes they're super janked, which clearly I would have addressed in the setup process. Well, guys, like, sometimes it's that easy. I feel like this guitar is done. Put this little dude back on. I'll check the electronics, pickup height. But first, I'm going to put this cover back on so I don't forget. All right, guys. I'm going to turn this down, Jesus. Yeah, pickup heights were pretty good. I usually just literally plug it in. Take a listen. Nothing is scratchy. All sounds good. I'll often grab another guitar which would have the same type of pickups. Like, if you want to get wild about it, you can take the reading with the multimeter. Check your output impedance on your pickup. Do I have one close by? I mean, I have to, but it might be in my downstairs shop, as ridiculous as that sounds. And it is. You know what? I'm going to make a separate video that is checking the output of a pickup. So search for that video soon enough. And you can get a feel for like, okay, this is 10K output, 10K ohms. Well, yeah, not everybody's going to have just a bunch of different guitars, but I can find a guitar that'll have that, that output of a humbucker and just check. If it's super sunken low, you'll get super weak output. And I mean, like, I know what they're supposed to sound like, but it might go past you if you're not used to this stuff, let's say. If you have super low pickups and you have a weak output and you have to crank your stuff and then you're getting feedback because it's all a mess. So it's worth mentioning. There are definitely specs. Somebody out there, probably in the comments, can tell us all what the heights are supposed to be. I bet you, a Google search will tell me. I don't know what my problem is. I've just been eyeing it for years, and I keep doing so, and it keeps working out. But, yeah, this guitar is playing awesome. Not big into this style, but... That neck, man. It's a slick neck. Oh my God. It's not some slick playing, but it's a slick neck. All right. So, yeah, there's a full setup. What do? We cleaned the fretboard and frets. We restrung it. We adjusted the neck. We checked the nut slot action. Obviously, like, check the string action. Adjusted intonation. The saddles were fine. Didn't need much adjusting at all as far as intonation and height. Made sure everything sounded good. All the electronics are clean. I don't know, man. That's it. This guitar is playing great. There you go. 40-minute full setup. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. More repair videos coming. I'm going to start doing more videos about audio because I do a bunch of pro audio stuff, like live sound and recording. And I'm not sure why I don't do more videos about that stuff. So, yeah, keep watching. I'll be back. Thanks, guys. Take care.